Hey guys, Wade here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I am not using my S25 Ultra anymore, and I have switched to an iPhone 17 Pro Max. Let's get into it. So to give you a brief backstory, I was probably an iPhone user for about 12 years, and I decided to switch to Samsung in April of 2025. Now, I think my business partner said it best. When I told him I was switching, he just said, "You're bored," which I would agree. I was just bored with the iPhone. I thought, nothing new with the iPhone. It's always the same. Why do people really care that much? Let's try something new and try this Samsung phone. It looks cool. I saw all the promo videos, all the hype, all the TikToks about it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna really like this phone. So I ended up getting it, and what I learned was it's really not the phone for me. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about a couple reasons why the Android ecosystem and this S25 Ultra just did not work for me. Let's dive in. And I don't want to talk about like the nitty gritty, like what chips are in it and what resolution I was using for my screen and all that stuff that you see in the promo videos. I'm talking about real life examples of using this phone for 6 months and being like, this is kind of annoying and something that didn't happen on an iPhone. So the first reason is the speakerphone was just not loud enough. I would be at like a crowded event or maybe even like in my car, and I would try to turn the speakerphone on and I legit could not hear the other person talking. Now, I'm only 32. I don't think I have any hearing problems yet, and I've never had that issue with an iPhone. And since going back to the iPhone 17, that's not an issue. I swear I'd have this phone just kind of like right here like normal trying to talk to someone, but if it was just the slightest bit loud around me, I'd be doing this, and I felt like I was like a 65-year-old guy. The next thing on this list, which actually might have been the most annoying thing, is YouTube Premium just didn't work right. When I first got the phone, it would work just fine. You know, you could close the phone and everything would be okay, and it was very normal YouTube Premium experience. After a couple months, I don't know what changed, but I could not close my phone and listen to podcasts or YouTube videos at the same time. I'd be at the gym, I'd close my phone, it would work for 2 or 3 minutes, and then it would just stop. So anytime I wanted to use YouTube Premium, I had to have my phone open, which again is not the point of YouTube Premium. The point is like you don't have ads and you can close your phone and still listen to what you're listening to. Another thing that I just thought would be the same or similar was battery life, and let me tell you, my S25 Ultra was consistently dying by the end of the day. So at around 6 or 7 o'clock at night, I'd be at like 20%. And if I was going out that night or I had something to do, I definitely had to make sure I charged my phone. With the iPhone 17 Pro Max, that is not an issue. Just last week, I went to a Cleveland Cavaliers game and I was kind of worried like, oh, maybe I should charge my phone before, but it was like 5 o'clock and I had 55% on my phone. Again, I don't have like concrete data what I would have on like my S25 Ultra, but I feel like by 5, I would have been like under 30% and a little stressed that my phone might die at the Cavs game. That's another thing. Comment down below if you're having any battery issues with your S25 Ultra. Maybe I just didn't have the settings right. I'm not exactly sure. The next thing, which maybe was like a weird glitch, or maybe I just need to update the phone, I'm not sure. But again, after like 3 or 4 months of use, I legitimately had to restart my text messages every single day. And I believe I have a screen recording of this, so I'll put it up on the screen. Okay, so this is at 10:47 in the morning. I'm trying to click the back button. And that's how slow it's loading. Oh. So is my messages, are they gonna work? I can't click anything. They're just frozen. This is what I'm talking about. Click out of that. Go back into my messages. And look at how slow this is loading. This is crazy. It won't even load. So I have to restart my phone. But every single day, at some point throughout the day, my messages would just start freezing up and locking up, and I could not get it to work unless I restarted my phone. Now, again, is that like a Verizon issue? Is that a Samsung issue? I'm not sure, but it was so annoying because you'd be like, wait, is this the time it's freezing up? No, okay, it's working kind of. Oh, no, it is the time it's freezing up. I have to restart everything. So if you're having that issue, definitely comment below, because I thought that was something I've like never experienced on a phone, especially a phone that's like the S25 Ultra. It's not like I just got like the normal base model S25. I figured this phone would at least be able to do text messaging and get a bunch of photos without any issues. So while we're on the topic of text messaging, iMessage is elite. I know there's gonna be some Android fanboys out there or people that love RSC, but again, the reason why it's elite, because if everyone around you is using iMessage, everything just works better. Again, I struggled so much with like sending a video to my wife, or sending a video to my friends, or sending photos to people, or like my business partner would text me an image of something and it wouldn't download. I don't know why. Like, he would send me something, it would come in blurry, and I couldn't fix that. I've never had that happen on an iPhone. I've never had an image literally come in all pixelated and not work. Maybe it was like the service I had that day or something like that, but it was just so bizarre that things like that kept happening. And again, I had a lot of times too where I would text people and they wouldn't even get the text messages. And as someone who has a family, especially a little kid, I would hate it when my wife would send me a video of our son and it would come in all blurry, and then I can't really save it because it's all blurry and gross. That's just the worst. So if you have little kids and you like sharing your photos with your family members and you're on an iPhone thinking about switching to an Android, just don't. Now, this next one is very specific to just me, but I'm sure there's some other people out here who have experienced this. But my password manager just straight up like did not work. I use a service called Dashlane. I love it. I've been using it for a couple years. It stores all my passwords, but like on an Android phone, I would just get stuck in this weird like loop of like, okay, log into Dashlane to get your password. And then you would like log in, click it, go back, and then it'd be like, log into Dashlane to get your password. And I would just get stuck in this continuous loop with things like my bank app or other apps that I didn't access like all the time. And it was so annoying. Again, on iPhone, I just click the password, click on Dashlane, it does the Face ID, and boom, I'm right in. So I did notice that some of the apps just really didn't work the best compared to iPhone. And that leads me into my last point, which is social media apps are just different on an Android phone. I watched another video when I was doing research about getting an Android phone, and someone said that. They said like, yeah, your social media apps will glitch a little bit. They're just not as good as they are on an iPhone. And I was like, come on, it's just scrolling and who cares? It's not that big a deal. But it definitely is a big deal when you're trying to like upload a story to Instagram and it's just failing and not working. Or you're trying to like doom scroll TikTok because you had a long day and then that's not even working. And you got to like restart your phone, or you got to like close out of the app and try again, and it still's not working. So I just noticed some weird like glitching with social media apps that was kind of hard to capture because it wasn't every day, but definitely once or twice a week, something weird like that would happen. I think the biggest thing for me was like uploading videos to Instagram stories, or trying to view an Instagram story just sometimes would not work until I closed the app out. And the last thing that I will talk about, which I know there are workarounds to this, and I've looked at workarounds, and maybe I'm just lazy and didn't want to figure it out, but not having AirDrop. AirDrop is so key, especially for someone who's in content and needs to like send a photo to their computer or send a video to their computer. So my workaround during that time of having a Samsung phone was I'd send everything to Google Drive and then I'd download it from Google Drive. Well, that does work, but it's just not as fast and it's a little bit annoying. Now, the one thing I will say about this is I would recommend, no matter what phone you have, getting Google Photo, because that uploads all your photos and videos directly to the cloud. So sometimes I would log into that on a computer and download things that way. But again, not having AirDrop to just be able to like send a file to someone is so key. I know I had a situation with a client the other day where they wanted a photo, and it was so nice to just take my MacBook, AirDrop it to my phone, and then AirDrop it to them when I saw them. It made it so easy. All right, that's it. Those are some really specific and kind of niche reasons why I personally switch back from an Android phone to an iPhone. Again, I'd love to hear in the comments down below what you guys think, or if you've even made the switch and if you like it or hate it. But I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully you subscribed if you like the content, and I'm trying to post videos every Monday about general tech, live streaming, cameras. I've been a creative for over 10 years now, so I want to just share some of the knowledge I have with you guys. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Monday.